Orasutairu, a Pokemon fanfiction by Sanin_Saiyajin. Ash groans as he stretched. It was 5 o'clock in the morning and Ash was slowly waking up from his sleep. Huh, where am I? Ash questions while looking around the room. It was different from the one he used to wake up for the past 10 years. Oh yeah, I started my journey yesterday. Ash exclaims excitedly and gets out of his bed. He quickly did his usual morning rituals and got ready for a new day. Ash slowly walked out of his room and went to the Pokemon Center's main desk to check out when he saw many people inside the room. He saw their center of attraction and soon realization hits him. Oh yeah, Team Rocket tried stealing from here yesterday and I stopped them. He thinks in the back of his mind. Guilt creeped into the back of his mind as he recalled all the events from the day before. The way he snapped at Jenny was uncalled for and not at all needed. He needed to apologize to her. But he had to do something else before that. So Ash quickly made his way to Nurse Joy and greeted her. Hey Nurse Joy. Good morning. Ash greets with a smile. Nurse Joy, noticing Ash, beams and walks towards him with a big smile. Ash, are you alright? You did amazing yesterday. Without you, all the Pokemon in the center would have been stolen. Thank you very much. Nurse Joy thanks Ash with a small bow. It's alright Nurse Joy. I just did what I thought was right at the moment. Ash says modestly. But a thank you is needed for what you did yesterday. Please accept my gratitude. Nurse Joy says with a small smile. Okay Nurse Joy. So, what happened yesterday after all the commotion? Ash questions. He went to sleep right after he met Jenny. He didn't stay long enough to know what happened to the Rockets, so he wanted to know of what happened after he left. Yesterday, after I left you to fight the Rockets, I went to the main lab and transferred all the Pokemon to the Pokemon Center in Pewter City. After transferring all the Pokemons, I contacted Officer Jenny and informed her about the situation. Nurse Joy counts all the events of yesterday. When Jenny arrived, you had already defeated the Rockets and had tied them down. Jenny told me that she sent you to take rest after she arrived. Nurse Joy questions, to which Ash nods his head. Okay. Nothing much happened after that. Jenny took the thieves to the police station. And yeah, before you leave the city, Jenny said she wanted to meet you in her office. Joy informs Ash. Oh, okay. I'll meet her after having breakfast. Ash tells her and goes to the cafeteria to fill his and his Pokemon stomachs. After he ate his breakfast, Ash signs up for the Pokemon League. He then checks out from the Pokemon Center and makes his way towards the police station. Ash walked a few blocks when he finally got the view of the police station. The traditional blue and white building with a big Pokemon League symbol painted on the top. Ash quickly made his way to the building and walked inside it. He noticed various officers around the building. Some were guarding the place, some with filling in reports, and some were simply lazying around. He finally found Officer Jenny's office and made his way towards it. As he was nearing the room, someone stopped him on his track. Hey kid, that's the office of the head officer of this department. You can't just simply walk inside it. A tall towering figure informs him. He was wearing the regular dress of an officer and was blonde. Ah, sorry, but I was told by Officer Jenny to visit her today. Ash informs him politely. Oh, are you Ash Ketchum? The officer questions him, to which he nods his head. Very well. You may enter the office. The officer says and continues doing what he was doing. Awkward. Ash thinks and makes his way towards the office and knocks on the door. Enter. Came a voice from inside the office. Ash walks inside the office and sees Jenny filling in some paperwork. Jenny sees him and quickly recognizes him. Ash Ketchum, come, take a seat. Jenny says and motions Ash to seat in one of the chair. Ash sits down in one of the chair and nervously starts. Sorry about yesterday. I was tired and said stuff without thinking it through. Ash apologized with a nervous look. Nah, it's fine, you don't have to apologize. I know you youngbloods, full of passion yet next to no restraints. But try to work on your temper next time, it can lead to various shortcomings. Jenny shrugs off Ash's apology and then advises him. Yes, Officer Jenny, I promise I will work on my temper, you can have my words on it. Ash says with a serious voice. Shish, no need to be so formal. Lighten up. Officer Jenny says while waving her hands. Hearing this, Ash let loose of his shoulder a bit. Thank you. Hee hee. Ash says while rubbing his head sheepishly. Now let's get to the topic of why I called you here today. Officer Jenny says, adopting a serious look. Okay, Officer Jenny. Ash says and looks at Jenny with a serious look in his eyes. He didn't want to be waved off like a kid in front of the officer by not showing his maturity. This is about yesterday's incident. As we know already, you fought and defeated 2 of Team Rocket's goons. Jenny starts and Ash nods his head. I heard what you did. Even though I don't support your action, I respect your bravery. Without you, every Pokemon in the center would have been captured. Viridian City is in debt to you. Officer Jenny praises Ash, which made him blush. Anyone would have done it if they were in my place. It's not a big problem. Ash modestly replies. That's what makes it even better. You did something great, but you shrug it off as just another thing. I like that attitude of yours. But anyways, we are getting drifted from the main point. Like I was saying, you defeated members of Team Rocket. Without a doubt you'll be in their reader now. That's the main reason why I called you here. Jenny says, and Ash adopts a worried look. Team Rocket, Kanto's biggest and worst criminal organization after him. He didn't want that when he started his journey. He didn't want any of it. You should be careful from now on. Hopefully the thieves that you captured were only grunts, so Team Rocket might not focus too much on you. But we can't be sure, so take care of yourself. Jenny warns with a, no shit, tone. Okay, Officer Jenny. I'll be more careful now. You need anything more from me? Ash reassures and then questions her. No, I don't. I called you only to warn you about the dangers of your actions. I don't have anything more to tell you. You can go now. I am sure you can't wait to continue your journey. Officer Jenny says with a smirk. Okay, Officer Jenny. I'll take my leave now. Ash says and walks out of the office and makes his way back to the Pokemon Mart to resupply. After Ash reached the Pokemon Mart, he entered it and went through all the things he needed to buy. He bought a set of extra Pokeballs, ration for himself and his Pokemons that'll last for about a week, and few emergency potions. Ash then left the mart and started walking towards the Pokemon Center where he will meet Alakazam. Ash was only halfway towards the center when a yellow blur crossed his way. If it is what I think it is, then. Ash thinks and starts running towards the direction where he saw the blur going. Ash continued running towards the direction where the blur was headed and entered a dark alley. He kept walking around the alleys trying to find the owner of blur he saw. Where did it go? Ash groans while walking around the dark alleys. He crossed several alleys. He saw several Rattatas and Meowths who were staring at him differently. Man, where did it go? Ash mentally groans and continues walking around. Chew. Ash hears a squeal and a bolt of lightning hit the ground in front of Hitfoot. Ash shouts and jumps back shocked. Ash looks up to see a small rodent Pokemon crouching on all its four. Apparently, it was the generator, the yellow bolt. The Pokemon was yellow in color and had black stripes across its back. It had 2 red dots in its cheek. It had 2 pointy ears, one of the pair was lazily hanging while the other was pointing upwards. It had a long tail which looked like a thunderbolt. Alright, let's battle Pikachu. Ash challenges and throws Riolu's Pokeball. Pikachu simply growls at their direction. Ash decides to take the first step and commands, Riolu use Quick Attack to get in close. Riolu did as commanded and rushed at Pikachu with a white trail behind him. As Riolu neared Pikachu, it simply moved away from the spot and heads back towards Riolu with its own Quick Attack. For a few seconds Pikachu and Riolu just had a Quick Attack showdown. Ash, looking at the fight, decides to call back Riolu. Pikachu's Quick Attack was clearly better and faster than Riolu's. Riolu return. This is heading nowhere. Riolu did as commanded and was returning to Ash, but Pikachu decided to interfere with his return and fired a powerful Thundershock at Riolu. Riolu got off guard by the attack and got a full force of that powerful attack. After Pikachu called off the attack, Riolu was on his knees breathing heavily and was clearly exhausted. Ash, seeing this, grinds his teeth and quickly tries to think of a strategy. Riolu, can you get up? Ash questions with concern, to which Riolu nods his head. After nodding his head, Riolu pushes himself onto his feet and glances back at Ash with an assuring look which makes Ash smile. He can't help but love his Pokemons more and more by each passing minute. Charmeleon was his closest and oldest friend, one he can rely on anytime he wanted to. But, looking at Riolu, he was different. He had spent only one day with him, but Ash can already feel a strong bond between them. He felt safe and protected around Riolu. Like, no power in Earth can harm him when Riolu is around. He feels safe with Charmeleon because of the bond they share, but, with Riolu it was just instinct, a gut feeling that tells him that Riolu won't let any external power harm him in any way. And, no way in hell was Ash going to let a small battle like this break their bond so easily. So with this newfound determination, Ash shouted at Riolu, "Riolu, let's take this home and catch Pikachu. You in with me." Riolu, hearing his trainer, smirked at him and gave a let's go sign. Riolu quick attack just like before. Ash commands and Riolu sets off to do as commanded without any doubt in his mind. His trainer will keep him safe, no matter the situation, Ash will protect him. As unbelievable as it sounds, the one day he spent with Ash had already made their bond unbreakable. And so, another round of quick attack showdown started. And like before, Pikachu was easily dominating the battle of speed. The little guy knows that he is fast and is taking full advantage of his speed. That'll do. Ash thinks and prepare for a strategy to counter Pikachu. Riolu, use Endure. Ash commanded and Riolu uses Endure. Pikachu, seeing that Riolu was not moving, decides to use a full-powered quick attack at him. Riolu take the quick attack and when Pikachu stops, use Force Palm and end it with Aura Sphere. Riolu smirks hearing his trainer. Pikachu hits Riolu with a quick attack, making him grunt and pushing him backwards, but Riolu manages to hold his ground. When Pikachu was about to return, Riolu powered a Force Palm and palmed Pikachu in its back, making it squeal in pain, but Riolu was not done. Riolu used the moment of Pikachu's pain and fired an Aura Sphere at it. The Aura Sphere exploded on contact with Pikachu and sent it flying back. Pikachu hit one of the walls of the alley and fell on the ground with swirls on its eye. Ash, deciding that this was the moment, throws an empty Pokeball at it. The Pokeball rocked back and forth a few times. But finally, the rocking came to an end and the Pokeball tinged, signaling a successful capture. Ash then walks up to the Pokeball and picks it up. He looked at the Pokeball for a few minutes before exclaiming, "Alright, I caught NY first Pokemon." Riolu soon joined Ash on his celebration. "Alright, let's check out our new friend Riolu," Ash says after calming down, and Riolu simply nods his head. Ash takes out his Pokédex and points it at Pikachu's Pokeball. Pikachu, the electric-type Pokemon. Pikachu that can generate powerful electricity, have cheek sacs that are extra soft and super stretchy. When it smashes its opponents with its bolt-shaped tail, it delivers a surge of electricity equivalent to a lightning strike. This Pikachu is male and possesses the ability Lightning Rod. This Pikachu knows the moves Growl, Quick Attack, Thunder Wave, Thunder Shock and Swift. Pretty decent for a wild Pokemon. Right, Riolu? Ash says, and Riolu tiredly nods his head. Seeing this, Ash kneels down to reach his level and says, "You did great, buddy. I am very proud of you. Take a long rest." Ash hugs Riolu and then returns him. After that done, Ash walks back to the Pokemon Center to heal Riolu and his newly caught Pikachu. Once the healing was done, Ash went out to the Pokemon Center training ground and released Riolu and Charmeleon. "Hey guys, I called you out because of something. Riolu already knows it. A few minutes ago, Riolu and I battled a Pikachu and caught it," Ash explained to Charmeleon, making him nod. Charmeleon then smirks, telling Ash something in his native language. Yeah, I will make you fight next." Ash chuckles. "Alright, so I'll release Pikachu now. Be prepared, guys," Ash says, and his Pokemons get prepared. Ash took out Pikachu's Pokeball and released him. The Pokeball opened, releasing a red light towards the ground. The red light slowly materialized into a Pikachu. "Pika Pika." Pikachu questions as he was released from his Pokeball. Slowly, realization hits Pikachu and he shouts, "Pika," while dramatically walking back. "Hey there, Pikachu. We fought yesterday and I caught you. Remember?" Ash questions Pikachu kindly with a smile. He wanted to sound and look as harmless as he possibly can to earn Pikachu's trust. Pikachu says its name and slowly nods his head. He then pointed an accusing finger at Ash while tapping its small stubby foot on the ground. "So, do you accept me as your trainer?" Ash questions with a hopeful look. Riolu and Charmeleon, who were standing next to Ash, were also looking at Pikachu with a hopeful look. Pikachu looks at Ash for few minutes, trying to study him. Pikachu always wanted a trainer, a kind one who he can bond with and also a strong one that will make him stronger than the rest of his kind. Looking at Ash, it seemed that he fit the bill, so he slowly nodded his head. Alright, thanks a lot, Pikachu. Ash exclaims and picks Pikachu up while swinging it around. Pikachu didn't like that. Pikachu. Pikachu squeals while releasing a thunder shock. Ah! Ash shouts as he got shocked and fell to the ground. Seeing this, both Riolu and Charmeleon quickly rushed to Ash's side with worry evident in their voice. Charmeleon growls while rubbing Ash's side. Lulu. Riolu barks and stands protectively in between Ash and Pikachu. Pikachu looked at Ash with regrets in his eye. I am fine, guys. Ash slowly lets out and sits up from his position. That was one nasty shock there, Pikachu. Ash says while rubbing his head. As Ash said that, both Riolu and Charmeleon sighed in relief. Pika Pika. Pikachu says, which Ash translated as, I am sorry. Pikachu regretted shocking Ash and it was clearly evident in his face. Don't worry, Pikachu. It's alright. I shouldn't have picked you up anyways. Ash forgives and berates himself. So you don't like getting picked up, buddy? Ash says and looks at Pikachu. Pika Pika. Pikachu shakes his head and rubs his cheeks on Ash's legs. Oh, you were just shocked? Ash questions with realization. Pika. Pikachu exclaims with a smile and jumps into Ash's shoulder and hugs his face. Seeing this, Riolu also decides to join in and hugs Ash and cuddles into his arm. Not one to be left out, Charmeleon also enters the party and hugs Ash. The three of them remained in that position for a few more minutes before Ash said, Hey guys. I have to tell you something. Ash then breaks the hug. The three Pokémon gave confused calls and then walks up and stands in front of Ash. I know you're new to this team, but Pikachu, I have to tell all of you something very important. Ash says and all his Pokémon stiffens. Well, let's see. All of you might already know that we are on a journey right now. Ash says and his Pokémons nods their head. Okay then. You guys probably know that I will catch new Pokémons and our team will expand as we travel across the world. So, I want to give the three of you some very important duties. You think you can handle them? Ash says and looks at his Pokémons with challenging eyes. The three Pokémons say their names with determined looks. That's what I wanted to hear. Ash says and adds, okay. Since the three of you are my first Pokémons. Charmeleon, you've been with me since forever. Riolu, you are my starter, and Pikachu, you are the first Pokémon I captured. Ash says and the Pokémons nods their heads. Okay, Charmeleon, since you've been with me the longest and you are the strongest in my team currently, I want you to be the elder brother of the team. You have to be the role model of the Pokémons I'll capture. I know, in the future, I'll capture at least one Pokémon that'll disobey me. I will try my best to earn their trust. In the same time, you should also be there to discipline them if necessary. Am I clear? Ash explains and Charmeleon nods his head proudly, which made Ash smile. Riolu, since you are my starter and the smartest of the team, I want you to take command when I can't or when I'm unable to take it. I want you to be the leader of the team whenever it is necessary. So, you ready to take the responsibility? Ash says and Riolu nods his head obediently. That's what I want to hear. Ash says smiling and then turns to Pikachu. Pikachu, I know you are new to this team, but you think you are ready for the responsibility that I will be giving you? Ash questions with a serious look. Pikachu returns the look with determination and equal seriousness. Okay, I want you to be the support of our team. You should be the one who would support your team when they are in need of it. I am not saying that you should be the cheerleader or anything, no. I want you to be someone who can relate to your team to emotional levels. I will always try to forge an unbreakable bond with our teammates, but there will always be one thing that won't make it successful in times, the language barrier, and I might not be able to connect to the Pokémon. When a situation like this comes up, I want you to be the one who takes up the responsibility in your shoulders. You think you're up for it? Ash says and Pikachu proudly bumps his chest with his hand. That's great, guys. I love you all. Ash exclaims with a proud smile, which his Pokémons returns. Now, let's head back, guys. Let me tell you how our journey will go and what Pokémons I have in mind to catch. Ash says and tells them about his plans and the type of Pokémons he wanted to catch. And it seemed like Pikachu was one of those Pokémons. Ash Ketchum. You have a guest. Come to the front desk. I repeat. Ash Ketchum, you have a guest. Come to the front desk. And our journey will start from now. For now, return. Ash says and returns his Pokémons. Riolu and Charmeleon returns happily, but Pikachu dodges the beam of light. Huh, what happened, Pikachu? Ash questions, confused. Pikachu accusingly points at the Pokeball and makes a scared look. Oh, you don't like Pokeballs? Ash questions with understanding, which made Pikachu nod his head. No problem. You can ride on my shoulder. Ash says and Pikachu happily nods his head. Come on, let's go then. With that said, Pikachu jumped into Ash's shoulder and Ash started walking to the lobby. Ash enters the lobby and sees Professor Oak's infamous Alakazam standing in all its glory in front of the front desk. Ash runs up to him and greets him, but Alakazam simply nods its head. You ready, Tiny? Alakazam's voice was heard in his head. Yes, Alakazam. Ash answers and then he bids Nurse Joy a goodbye. After he bids her goodbye, Alakazam simply brings his spoons up and Alakazam and Pikachu vanish in thin air. Cinnabar Island, one of the most famous tourist spot in all of Kanto. People visit this place for many reasons, beaches being of the main reason. Cinnabar City, surrounded by vast ocean from all direction, making it a perfect place for a vacation. The island also had a volcano in the center of it. It was a large mountain with an opening in the top part. The island was home to one of the strongest gym of Kanto, Blaine, the fire-type master. Most trainers never challenged the Cinnabar gym because it was too hard to conquer. But Ash Ketchum wasn't ready to let hardships conquer him. Talking about Ash, he and Pikachu had just reached the island, courtesy of Alakazam's teleportation. The two were in the Pokémon Center, getting checked into the city. It was mandatory for any trainer to check into the Pokémon Center every time they enter a city for security reasons. Let's go battle Blaine, Pikachu. Ash says to Pikachu with a smile and an excited expression. Pika Pika. Pikachu replies with an equal smile. Let's head to the gym then. Ash says and brings out his tour book and maps his way to the gym. Ash kept walking for some time with Pikachu in tow when he finally found the gym. It was a large building designed like a miniature volcano. Ash decided to knock on the door. After knocking for some time, Ash waited for a reply. He wasn't disappointed as the door was opened an old bald man. The old man had shoulder length, gray hair in each side and brown eyes. He was wearing an orange Hawaiian shirt with a green necklace hung on his neck. Hello kid, you here for a gym battle? The old man asked and Ash could almost hear desperation in his voice. Yes sir. Are you the gym leader Blaine? Oh yeah, come on in kid. It's been a while since I have had a gym battle. Blaine says and leads Ash inside the gym towards the battlefield. As they were walking, Blaine decided to ask. So, what's your name? Oh sorry, I forgot to introduce myself. My name is Ash Ketchum. Ash apologizes with a sheepish grin. Ash Ketchum, great, come on, the battlefield is right in ahead. Blaine says and hurriedly takes Ash to their destination. Isn't he a little bit too excited? Ash questions himself with a sweat drop. Right here. Come on, come on. Blaine says enthusiastically and shows Ash the ring. It was the classic rectangular field. Nothing new. Ash observes with a critical look. He had seen such rings in TV and was more than eager to battle here. Okay. How many badges have you obtained? Blaine questions while entering his gym leader mode. None. Ash admits with an embarrassed grin which made Blaine hang his mouth open. Huh, then why are you here kid? You don't know. This gym is one of the strongest as Kanto. You really think you can battle here for, fine? Blaine questions with a disappointed look. Blaine won't lie, he was very excited for this battle, since he hadn't fought a battle in a while cause his beloved island has become a tourist spot rather than a gym town. Blaine could not explain his disappointment at the moment. He was expecting a nice battle with the kid, but all his hopes came crushing down in a second. Hold up. Just because I don't have any badge doesn't mean I am weak. Ash snaps with a determined look which made Blaine silent for a while. After a while, fine. Let's battle. It will be a 3-on-3 match. Substitutions are allowed for the challenger, however, I can't substitute. You get me? Blaine says with a sigh. Fine with me. Ash says with a confident look. The gym leader will pick first. Blaine says and throws out a Pokeball while saying, Go Vulpix. From the Pokeball, a small feline Pokemon came out. It is orange in color and has 5 tails connected to each other. Ash adopts a serious look. Go, Pikachu! Ash shouts and Pikachu jumps down from Ash's shoulder and runs inside the ring. Challenger gets the first move. Blaine says and nods to Ash. Okay. Pikachu growl. Ash decides to play safe and tries decreasing Vulpix's stats, which seem to work. Vulpix, use Will-O-Wisp. Blaine commands and Vulpix fires off ethereal flames at Pikachu's direction. Pikachu use quick attack to dodge it. Ash says and Pikachu starts running towards Vulpix while dodging the flame elegantly. Vulpix use protect. As Blaine said that, green barrier formed in front of Vulpix and Pikachu crashes at it and he gets thrown back from the force of the crash. Vulpix, Ember while Pikachu is down. Blaine says and Vulpix fires multiple fireballs at Pikachu. The fireballs contacted with Pikachu making him whine from the pain. After the fire died down, Pikachu was in the ground panting and exhausted. But Pikachu managed to get back on his feet, albeit with much difficulty. Ash grits his teeth as he watched the flame burn Pikachu. It doesn't looks like Pikachu can take any more of those flame, one more shot and he is down. Ash thinks with a frown. So this is what a gym battle feels like, I have to be more careful from now on. Ash thinks while adopting a serious look. Gym battles are much different than other battles, Ash realizes and prepares for the hardest match in his life. Blaine shakes his head and recalls Vulpix into his Pokeball, making Ash adopt a confused look. Huh? Ash mutters a confused tone. Why did you recall Vulpix? Ash questions Blaine. I did what I must. Tell me, Ash Ketchum. How many days have passed since you got your starter? Blaine questions back. I got my starter yesterday. Ash answers truthfully. And here you are trying to fight a gym leader in your second day. Blaine continues questioning Ash. Ash suddenly adopts an understating look which turns into guilt. He didn't even prepare for this gym battle, he let himself down, he let Professor Oak and his mother down. Most importantly, he let his Pokemons down. I am not gonna lie, when you first came to my gym, I was pretty excited to battle. Considering the fact that I haven't battled in a while. But, you disappointed me, Ash Ketchum. I used a Pokemon I captured just today, yet you weren't able to compete against it. Blaine berates Ash. I will give you one more chance, only one chance. After you get your 6th badge, come meet me in my gym. I'll battle you then. Until that day comes, don't expect a battle from me. Blaine says and walks away, leaving Ash in his place. Ash was standing in his spot with a big frown in his face. How can I let this happen? Did I get too cocky? Why didn't I think of this? I didn't even train my Pokemon for one day and I already decided to challenge one of the strongest gym in Kanto. Why? Ash thinks as he starts walking out of the gym with Pikachu following behind him silently. Ash held his head down as he walked towards the Pokemon Center. He had a sad and hopeless look as his eyes wandered around the ground. He took a long breath and looked towards the beach. Is it worth it? He asked himself. Why am I doing this? He continues questioning his beliefs and ambition. Pikachu, who was walking next to him, sported a similar sad look. None of them dared to say anything. Ash decided to change his destination and walk towards the beach instead of the center. As he reached the shore, Ash took off his shoes and let his bare foot touch the ground. Ash walked around the shore with a sad and solemn look. Why do I want to become a Pokemon master? He questioned himself. There are many other goals that I can aim for, but why? Why do I want to become only a Pokemon master? He wondered in his mind. I am pathetic. I decided to challenge a gym on just my second day with just 3 Pokemons. Ash sighed and sat on the sandy beach and hugged himself while resting his chin on his knees. Pikachu, looking at his trainer, decided to accompany him and sat down next to him. I should have known better than to just challenge a gym out of the blue. I should have prepared beforehand. All this years of studies and I am still a loser. Ash covers his eyes and a few tears drip off his eyelids. Pikachu, looking at this, hurriedly went to his side and started rubbing Ash's shoulder while mumbling in his native language, probably something soothing. Thanks, Pikachu. Ash says while looking at Pikachu. Pika Pika. Pikachu replies with a smile. Ash sighs and looks at the ocean for the last time. There's no use in brooding, right? Let's head towards the Pokemon Center and see what we can do. Ash says while standing up. He collects his belongings and starts walking towards the Pokémon Center with Pikachu sitting on his shoulder. That's right. There is no use of brooding right now. I'll challenge Blaine again after training. The next time, we will be prepared, Ash thinks with a determined look. Pikachu, I know I have been a bad trainer. Can you please forgive me? Ash questions as he continues walking. Pikachu says while patting Ash on his hat. Thanks, buddy. Hey, let me make a quick stop in the Pokémon Center and start our training. Ash exclaims and starts running towards the Pokémon Center with Pikachu on his shoulder. All the sadness of his left forgotten. That's a nice decision, Professor. Oak's voice came from the video phone. Ash was currently speaking with his mother and Oak. Since it was Delia's working hour, she was in the lab while Ash called. Yeah, I agree with Sam. I'd suggest you to train for 2 weeks before challenging Blaine again. Delia says, vocalizing her thoughts. What you made was a rookie mistake. Every trainer, no matter how talented, makes such mistakes at least once in their life. What matters is that you decided to work for the better instead of losing your way. Oak explains. Okay, Professor. Oak, I will try not to make such a mistake again. Thank you for your advice. Bye Mom, bye Professor. I'll call again when I get the chance to. Ash bids and shuts off the video phone. Let's start the training, Ash thinks with a determined look. Just look out for me, Blaine. I am coming for your badge. Ash walks out of the center and releases Riolu and Charmeleon from their Pokeballs. Pikachu jumps off of Ash's shoulder and joins his fellow partners. Listen guys, I challenged the gym in the morning like we discussed, but I failed miserably. Ash admits with a frown. Hearing this, Riolu and Charmeleon adapts understanding looks as to why they were released here and not in battle. I want to apologize for being such a bad trainer. But nothing of that for now. We are gonna train ourselves to the ground for the next 2 weeks or even more and prepare ourselves for a rematch. Are you guys ready? Ash questions with a determined look. He was met with affirmative roars from his Pokémons. Okay then, let's start our training. We'll train on the remote side of the beach so we don't disturb the tourists. Let's head out. And so, the real journey of Ash and his companions started. The journey to greatness.